Grrr. Welcome, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by. I'm pretty sure this movie is 30 years old this year, and it just so happens, well, maybe I found this last year, I don't know, but I might have found it late 2023. I don't know when the hell I found it. I recently found this at Half Price Books for a relatively decent price, and since I never owned the VHS release of this title, I thought, well, it's kind of a unique VHS release for reasons we'll get into the showcasing here. But yeah, I've only owned this on Laserdisc and then DVD, so I thought, well, since I never owned the VHS and it's a little unique, I will pick this up and I can showcase it on the channel, which you may have guessed I'm already doing at this moment. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this movie is 30 years old this year in 2024. I can't remember if I've reviewed, I think I've reviewed this movie way back when. Regardless whether I have or not, I'm coming at you today to showcase the very first, well, I don't know if I'd say only, the very first North American VHS release of Wolf. Ooh! As I can barely see there on the bottom, copyright 1994, layout and design, Columbia TriStar Home Video, all rights reserved. Taking a closer look at the front cover, we've got what would most likely be the theatrical poster artwork, I would think. Nicholson, Pfeiffer, Wolf, a Mike Nicholas film. We've just got, one side of Jack Nicholson's face. Actually, it looks like Michelle Pfeiffer's face is kind of taking up more of the front cover there. We've got a Joel Siegel quote. Elegant ... Yeah, he I love the ... meaning he said something else prior to it. I mean, for all you know, he could have said this movie's absolutely sucks, but some people might call it an elegant, go-for-the-throat suspense thriller. I mean, that could have been his quote. You don't know what he said before the elegant, go-for-the-throat suspense thriller. He could have said, I really hate this movie. I've heard some people call it an elegant, go-for-the-throat suspense thriller. Joel Siegel, ABC TV. It's possible this front cover is a little faded, as we can see. I think I took this off. I think there might have been a sticker. No, I don't know if I would have taken that off. At some point there would have been a video store or for sale sticker there or something, as we can possibly maybe see the residue still on there. But I do, this is a 30-year-old VHS at this point, and I do really actually like the artwork and just the halves of the two faces, the main stars, and just that mansion. It's the fathers of Michelle Pfeiffer's mansion there. It's kind of a fun gothic appearance there. The one thing I don't like about this poster artwork is it almost looks like the trees were against blue screen. See how the trees, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but the trees have, around the tree leaves and stuff, it looks like a half-ass bad blue screen job or something. But other than that, I like the front cover. I like how the O is a full moon there to spell out wolf. Taking a look at the right spine, this is actually really weird because normally on the spine you've got the title, because I show you the title from, I can't put it into words. The back of the VHS is facing downward, and the front of the VHS is facing upward when I show you the right spine. And usually the title is the correct side up. In this case, we can see it's upside down when we look at the spine, the right spine, this correct way, with the top of the VHS on the left side of your screen and the bottom of the VHS on the right side of your screen. So it's really weird that it's upside down, but that's what they must have been doing in the mid-90s with Columbia Pictures, whatever, home video, mid-90s, whatever, VHS. We've got, it doesn't even, that woman doesn't even look like Michelle Pfeiffer. She looks more like Beverly D'Angelo. The woman there, I think it's supposed to be Michelle Pfeiffer. I guess it could be her. It better be her. And then below the title there, we can see Jack Nicholson wolfing out. And on the bottom, the mid-90s Columbia Pictures logo can be seen. Taking a look at the left spine, I see what they did. Look at this. So the title is still upside down. Usually, the top of the VHS in this case is Jack Nicholson's head. Usually it'd be, like I say, the W would be where his head is and the F would be where her head is in this case. So both spines, the title runs from the bottom to the top, which is really goofy, but it must have been what they were doing at the time. Jack Nicholson, so the same images have just been switched around. Jack Nicholson wolfing out at the top, and then Michelle Pfeiffer doing her Beverly D'Angelo impersonation is now on the bottom. But the spine on the bottom here does have different information: closed caption logo, digitally mastered, VHS hi-fi, Dolby, or a stereo there. I don't know how well you can see it. The only reason I know what it is not because I can see it, but because I can see it enough to know what it is. Stereo, and then Dolby surround logo, catalog number, which maybe we can catch on another part of this release because it's a little screwed up by that wear on the spine there. Taking a look at the top of the VHS, we can see this is where they put the barcode. Oh, and I think the wolf is the correct side up. How's about it? Taking a look at the back of this VHS release, this is where it gets interesting. Now you'll notice, if you remember at all the front cover, this is really strange. This whole VHS packaging is all about swapping things from back to forth and whatever, this way and that way. So on the front cover, Jack Nicholson was on the left and Michelle Pfeiffer was on the right. Now they swap it out, and they do actually have, it looks like, like Michelle Pfeiffer was taking up the most space on the front cover. Looks like Jack Nicholson is taking up the most space on the back here. So it's the same thing, top, which we've already seen, Nicholson, Pfeiffer, and they look at a barcode sticker because this is the back, but you wouldn't necessarily know it's the back. It looks like the front. Maybe it's an alternative poster artwork with that could be it. So there's a barcode sticker there because this is the back, but it doesn't look like the back. We've got Wolf there, Mike Nicholson, Mike Nichols film. Is this the same? No, this is a different quote. So this is from Gene Schultz, NBC Today. Once again, it's the end of a sentence. So he could have, for all we know, he could have said, I saw this movie, I walked out halfway through, it absolutely sucks, but some people call it one howl of a movie. I mean, that could have been his quote, and they just, as we can see, used the end of it. But you can get a closer idea here what I was talking about in regards to the front cover, where around the trees it looks like a bad blue screen job, and it just looks really kind of shitty. That aspect is what makes this cover art, in my opinion, look the worst. Is just that bad blue screen job, or what appears to be a bad blue screen job around the leaves of them trees. But other than that, it's kind of cool. Abbreviated credits there. Got the closed caption and approximately 125 minutes, color, rated R, all that information there. Yeah, I can barely discern that it says this package authorized for sale in the US and Canada and their territories. This film has been modified from its original version. It has been formatted to fit your TV, because back this time, frickin' 30 years ago, 1994, most people had your standard frickin' whatever, non-HD tube television, non-widescreen still at the time, so whoop-de-doo. Columbia TriStar Home Video logo, address at the time, it's probably the same still now, and we've already seen that information there, but there you go. So it must have come out early in the year in the theater because it was out on home video before the year ended. So it's a copyright 94 for the movie itself and the VHS, if I'm understanding correctly. Taking a look at the VHS cassette itself, we've got, I can only assume this label is faded, kind of a, maybe it used to be more white kind of a label. We've got a stamp on here from Showtime Video from Kentucky, it looks like. That's interesting. One can only assume that video store has gone the way of the dodo. Looks like we've got catalog number, what we couldn't read on the cover, which is 71153. Yeah, white label, black and blue print here. The black stuff would just be standard information, and the blueprint would probably be specific to this release. As we can see, all this kind of information we've already seen on the front and back cover. Oh, look at this. This has been in more than one place. Property of Movies in a Minute. I bet they're not in business either. We can see there's two copyright years, or two copyright situations. They're both the same year. One for the pictures industries, which would be for the release of the theater, or release of the movie in the theater, and then this other copyright would be for the home video release there. Just to be kind of cool and retro, we can see an authentic 30-year-old Be Kind, Please Rewind sticker as well. I don't know if with a release like this there would have been something on the spine, but if there was, there sure isn't now on this version. But I did want to show you this, just some kind of cool retro video store stuff. This would have been just the number of the video store. One of the video stores gave this cassette to put it into their system or whatever. Just wanted to show you that. Kind of cool. Whatever. Crazy how time flies, man. I can remember watching this movie when it was relatively new on home video. Now it's 30 years later. I mean, holy Hannah, what a drag. But yeah, this is a relatively good movie. I really love how, you know, it's, to me, like if you watch my Prizzy's Honor review, and I was so disgusted. It's like the only movie I've seen Jack Nicholson play such a doofy kind of a character. In my opinion, this is the kind of Nicholson, the kind of role I like to see Jack Nicholson in, where he's just this cool cat, if you will. He's a cool, not a cat, but he's a wolf in this case. He's a cool dude who, this is a perfect Jack Nicholson role in my opinion for this time of his life, or, you know, for this time, yeah, of his life, the age he was at the time. And they even kind of have a line where Michelle Pfeiffer says, "Old guy, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, old guy," or whatever. But he really plays a good old guy, and not only that, but a pretty good werewolf in this movie as well. And if you like the original, like Wolfman with Lon Chaney, this is, you know, along those kind of lines, where he's, you know, walking around on his, just, you know, he doesn't turn into a full, you know, a quadruped like in some werewolf movies. He's just like walking around on his normal 2 feet or whatever, and he's still got his clothes on. And so it's kind of like the Lon Chaney version of Werewolf or Wolfman. So I do find this movie relatively entertaining, and I'm pretty sure I would have done a review of this a long time ago. If you're interested in my thoughts more on what the movie is like itself, you know, please feel free to search Wolf review on this channel, and maybe, if I'm sure it's on here, but maybe if it isn't, maybe I can review the movie someday. Who the hell knows? There's so much to make videos on, and sometimes I don't get to everything I want to do, and all this and that. But at any rate, I guess that pretty much does it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, we'll catch you on the next video.